Hey guys, we're Randy and Shannon, and we own Coal Country Candles, a small candle company located in Hazard, Kentucky, in a town of just over 5,000 people with the 2020 census. We're members of several groups on Facebook and such with people who are beginning their candle making business or starting a hobby and looking to grow it into a business. So we wanted to create a channel where we can share with you kind of our story, where we've come from, where we are now, how we got here, some tips along the way, and whatever ideas that you have that you'd like to hear about. We'd love your input as well. I did candles years ago, like the early 2000s, primarily as a hobby. I was a school teacher at the time. And it was just something to have a little extra income, a little extra something to do. I primarily sold to family and friends and co-workers at the time. And I kind of had this dream in the back of my head that someday I'd like to have my own candle business. But life happened and got in the way, and I moved away from it for years. And then Randy and I were married in 2011, and the week after we were married, he actually was laid off from his telecom job. And we were blessed that I had a job that provided enough income that we were okay financially. So I gave him this nice long to-do list of things to do at home. And then once he started working his way through that list and looking for something else to do, he was a 40-plus-year-old male trying to find work. Where he didn't have to travel across the country, and there just wasn't many options at the time. So he had a background in manufacturing and likes to make and create stuff. So I said, hey, would you like to learn how to make candles? Somewhere, right? And so it's kind of like with this YouTube video. We are not YouTube experts, but we've decided just to jump in and start it.
No time.
And I think it's
like
the
the
same
present.
way with the candle making and the business and so on. We just decided, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. I knew the basics of creating a good product. And we started with what we could afford to start with. You've got to start somewhere and start getting your product out there and getting it into people's hands.
Here we are. We got our own little storefront.
Here we are. 12 years later, it grew from a hobby to selling at the local flea market to begin with, and then at a several vendors malls, and then opening our own business in the middle of COVID. So maybe we'll do a video later on about that, how we came to that decision in 2020, the year of COVID, to open our first storefront. Last couple of years, we've really seen good growth. We've added new products, we've added new services, we've created a website and then redesigned that website. We've done fundraisers, we've opened our storefront. So we have just like a laundry list of things that we'd like to talk to y'all about, and just kind of see what y'all are interested in hearing more about. So we'll definitely be getting into that. As far as our business goes, I'll let Randy tell you a little bit about his primary role in the business, and then we'll talk about my role.
I'm the maker, the creator. We have some fragrances that I've just created on my own, outright named, and it's been a really good niche in our area to have fragrances that are local to our area. One of them's Pantry Shelf, which is a little local place that makes donuts. And
if you ever come see us in Hazard, Kentucky, you must stop at Pantry Shelf and get some donuts.
Very popular. It's some of the best donuts around. So we have their candles. We have one. If you look up our town is known for a building called the Goose, and so we took one fragrance and we called it Goose Farts, just for our goose.
Yeah, we get lots of comments on people really like that we do some unique names for our scents. We have a lot of local and regionally themed scents. We have an entire bourbon collection because you can't be in Kentucky and not have some bourbon candles. So we'll talk more about that as we go along as well. So like Randy said, he's the maker, he's the creator, so he spends a lot of time in the back actually making the products that you see behind us. I work a full-time job outside the candle business still, so my role is primarily a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, maintaining the website, social media posts, scheduling social media posts. I'll probably be responsible for editing the YouTube videos, and if you know us, you probably know that it's going to take a lot of editing to turn this into something that's worth showing you guys. So I definitely have a lot of learning to do with that. So when we do the YouTube videos, unfortunately, you will probably hear and see me a lot, and then you'll see Randy hopefully doing some work behind the scenes with as far as creating the candles and other products that we sell. So if you have things you would like to hear more about, whether it is, how do you start with turning your hobby into a business? How do you start with a candle business? We'll be getting into some details of products that we use, our processes and products that we create and materials that we use, suppliers we use, and things like that as well at some point. So whether it's things like that or just how do you keep a small business afloat in a small town? Like I mentioned, we are in a very small town. With a transitioning economy, moving away from, a town where the coal business was booming a few years ago, and there was, a lot of people had really good jobs in the area, and now we're transitioning away from that and into a new economy. But we've really seen a lot of revitalization in our downtown, so we'll share some of that with you as well. We're seeing a lot of younger people move back into our area. Maybe they have jobs where they work remotely. And they want to return to the mountains. There's definitely some pros and cons about being located in a small rural area. So we'll talk through some of those with you as well. But if you have things that you would like to hear more about, or you have questions about, or you would just share with us your ideas for future content down below. And
also like our video. Share it.
Give us a like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, other crafters or small business people that you know that may be interested in just basically growing together, learning more together, sharing ideas and so on. We'd love to hear your ideas as far as content goes. We do feel like we do know candle making. We've got, like we said, 12 years experience. We've learned a lot about growing a business in a small town, scaling slowly so that you can be successful, not doing too much too fast. So we'll talk a lot about those things. And then, like we said, we want your ideas, your input as well. So let us know what type of content you would like to hear more about. We are not YouTube experts. We have a lot to learn when it comes to YouTube, so be patient with us as we figure all that out.